Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Money laundering probe. EFCC swoops on 1,146 bank accounts. We need $100 billion in 10 years to fix electricity, says Minister. Petrol scarcity leaves Nigerians stranded. Edo workers to earn 70,000 naira minimum wage from May. Ayedatiwa gets APC's certificate of return. How I received $600,000 from Emefiele, ex-CBN director tells. And pro-EFCC, pro-Yahaya Bello protesters at agency headquarters. Okay, which story are we starting with? Who has the major headline?
I have the major headline. The money laundering probe, EFCC swoops on 1,146 bank accounts. And this says that the Federal High Court in Abuja has issued an interim order empowering the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to freeze 1,146 bank accounts belonging to individuals and companies. The agency claimed it was investigating them from unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, money laundering, and terrorism financing. Justice Emeka Nwite is issued the order in a ruling on an ex parte motion by EFCC lawyer Ekele Iheanacho. The judge ordered the commission to ensure that its investigation is concluded within 90 days. And Justice Nwite, after listening to Iheanacho, held it is hereby ordered as follows, that the applicant's application is hereby granted as prayed, that an order of this honorable court is hereby made freezing the bank accounts stated in the schedule below, which accounts are owned by various individuals who are currently being investigated in a case involving the offenses of unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, money laundering, and terrorism financing, to the extent that the investigation will be for a period of 90 days. Of course, he also said that they will be adjourning the case till July 23rd for a report on the findings, and the copy of the enrolled order was made last Wednesday which was made last Wednesday, was also obtained yesterday. Right. So for me, I say this is a good one because a lot of people hide under different means to perpetrate evil. Yeah. And like I still say, we are the government, we are Nigerians, we are the ones creating the major problem for the country itself. Right. So if we begin to check ourselves within, I think it will be a better and safer place for everybody.
Okay, let me take the story for power. It's a major issue. So the minister yesterday was speaking in front of the Senate, was saying that the government requires $100 billion every year for the next 10 years in order to fix what the issues going on with the power sector. According to the minister, while he was summoned by the Senate, he said that for this sector to be revived, government needs to spend $10 billion annually for the next 10 years. This is because of the infrastructure requirements that is for the sector, but government cannot afford that, and so we must get and attract investors. And investors will not come if we don't have the right commercial pricing for this product. So currently, at the rate of 66 naira per liter for the electricity, he says that it's not going to attract enough investors to see it as a commercially viable investment for them. So the only way we can do right now is to increase it to that 225 naira per kilowatt for government to have the investors coming in. So they were going back and forth. They were insisting that he has to reverse the price hike, but that was what he's insisting on. So we'll see how that goes going forward.
Okay, so let me take the first scarcity issue because it's on everybody's mind right now nationwide. Queues lengthened yesterday at petrol stations in some parts of Lagos State as motorists battle to fill their vehicle tanks. Many residents, especially pupils, their parents, workers and traders, were caught in the web with fewer commercial buses on the roads. Also, roads where they had filling stations, they suffered gridlocks and caused lots of traffic. There was so much traffic, especially on Awolowo Road yesterday. It was also reported by NNPCL Chief Communications Officer, Mr. Olufemi, and Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, National President, Mr. Abubakar. They spoke on Sunday and told the nation that logistics problem was actually the cause for the scarcity. They also said that that though the lifting of petrol by marketers from depot had commenced, it would take a maximum of at least 5 days for normalcy to take place, and that people should not do what they call like desperate buying of petroleum, that they should take this, that it's going to flow. Also in Abuja still witnessing another first Scarcity problem yesterday. They had that issue like a week ago, and things had eased to normalcy. But then yesterday, there was first Scarcity again in Abuja. Also, the surveillance teams have been deployed in Osun State, in Osun Kwara, where the governor has set up a team to go and check all filling stations to make sure that there's no hoarding taking place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and that he wants his people to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Right.
Akwa Ibom State right now does not have any issue of fuel scarcity. Yes, so kudos to that state. And then they've also ensured that even though there's fuel scarcity, the NNPC is selling at the normal price. Yes, although some other filling stations that are selling have increased it from 720 to like 750. So far.
So there'll be fuel eventually. We just don't have this panic buying. That's why you have a
So Anikeja Special Offences Court had yesterday gone on this former central bank, a former central bank director was cross-examined by the defendants because he said he received $600,000 from 2 contracts on behalf of the central Emefiele. First of all, the defendant lawyer had said the court didn't have the jurisdiction to try Emefiele, so he had put that one in, and the judge has put it to next week, to rule on it next week on that, whether they have the jurisdiction or not. But then this former deputy director says he received $400,000 in the first envelope. And he wasn't answerable to Emefiele. So that's why I don't understand his story. He wasn't answerable to Emefiele. He was answerable to the former deputy director, Adebayo Adelabu, who is now a minister for power. That was his direct boss. But they brought the envelope of $400,000 to his house in Lekki. So I don't know who he gave that $400,000 to.
And how it's connected to Emefiele somehow.
And how it's connected to Emefiele, because he says that he was not directly reporting to.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
He said he admitted sending his home address and his phone number to the person named Adetono that brought the envelope to him through his WhatsApp platform.
$400,000 just flowing around.
Just like that.
Somewhere in this
Cash.
We are looking for money.
That is why the dollar is rising. When they're spending dollars in a naira economy.
The Punch. Petrol hits 800 naira as 250 million litre vessel arrives. Picture story here. Tinubu will end economic sabotage. Shetima tells African leaders. Nurse accuses Lagos hospital of negligence over wife and son's death. 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200, says JAM. Customers panic as CBN bans OPay, PalmPay, others new accounts. Edo workers hail Obaseki over the 70,000 minimum wage. $2.4 billion forex claims fictitious, says CBN. And FG begins fresh bid around rounds for all blocks. Okay, I think that's for Punch. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we review Punch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.